party people. Hey, Leo. Hey, my kings and queens, my Leo kings and queens. Let's just take a look at your astrology this month before we get started on the tarot reading. I have just a chart up of Leo rising. So for all of you Leo risings, Leo suns, and anywhere we have strong Leo energy, this would be good for you to watch. I got my dog like sitting right here in the chair. She's like, I want to get down and go outside so bad, but she's got to wait a minute. She'll be okay. So anyways, this is just a chart to show you guys where the planets are right now. And if you were Leo rising, where the planets are going to fall in where the transit planets are going to fall in your chart right now. So I don't have every Leo's chart to know where all of your stuff is natally, but this is what's going to be going on transit wise, and you can compare this to any aspects you may have in your natal chart. So let's just get started. And this legend just shows you the aspects, the squares, trines, oppositions, quincunxes, and all that good stuff. So let's talk about the big thing that's going on this month, of course, is everything's in Virgo. So if you look over here, this is a Leo rising chart, first house, and we have currently the Sun, Mars, and Venus in Virgo, all of those pretty much making a conjunction. So just a lot of energy going on this month, taking care of things, how appropriate Leo for Virgo to be in your second house for the Leo risings up there, because it really is a time to get things together when it comes to your money, your finances, even valuing yourself more, spending more on yourself. Maybe you want to do some things that make you look good, you want to invest, you want to do some things like that. You may have some good energy coming, but be careful what you do with your money, because all of this is opposing transit wise. You really technically not big on comparing transits to transits. That's like an overall world thing. I will more so compare these transits to your natal chart. But transit wise, Neptune is up in your eighth house, kind of opposing this stuff that's going on here in the second house. So just be careful with any shady deals, shady money, anything you may owe anybody. You may want to review your bills and what you owe pretty closely, because it may be a time, Leos, for you cleaning up debts, settling debts, and things like that. The moon is in your third house, and the moon moves so fast. I'm doing this reading on Labor Day. I'm doing this on September the 2nd. Happy birthday to any Virgos that are cross watching. So the moon moves pretty fast. It's not going to be there for long, but you could have had some emotional communications with family, with travel. You could have been pretty busy this Labor Day weekend and things of that nature. Then we've got the great Jupiter, which is Jupiter right here in your fifth house, and Jupiter is direct in Sagittarius now. So you guys are really due to explore all that creativity, maybe set some plans back in motion. Maybe you guys have some adventures or some fun things planned with your kids. Maybe you're looking to get your kids into some higher education. Maybe you're taking them to church with you, learning something spiritual. Just all those things are straightforward with Jupiter in Sagittarius, and you may have some luck and come in when it comes to your romantic endeavors and your sexual endeavors and things like that. Things like that may start to pick up as we get through September. Now, mind you, Jupiter has been in direct in Sagittarius. I want to say, I don't know if it's been a whole month yet. It definitely hasn't been more than about 2 months, if it's even been a whole month. So it may take some time for that energy to pick up, but you just want to allow that time. Again, I'm not really going to go through the aspects too much, because I will compare this to what's in your chart natally, not so much comparing transit aspect to transit aspect. So I don't even know how you talk. I should take the aspects off, but just so you can see them, whatever. Then up in your sixth house, so Leo, and I think I talked about this in your reading, because I'm coming back. I'm doing the astrology chart after the readings. I'm trying to get the readings out of the way, and then I'm coming back and I'm doing the astrology. And as you can just see, Capricorn and Saturn are still in your sixth house. So you guys, Capricorn and Saturn, Saturn and Pluto are still in your sixth house of Capricorn. So you guys may be going through a lot work-wise. You may have lost a job. You may be looking for a new job, and your health. So, and that's another thing when I talked about the self. Maybe you guys have spent money on new clothes, changing something, working out, a workout plan. Maybe you guys have had to drastically change your health because things have been going on with your health and with your work and things like that. Maybe work hasn't allowed you to eat healthy. You're paying more attention to work than you are your health. So those are just some things you want to pay attention to with Capricorn and with Saturn and Pluto in that sixth house. And for all you Aries rising with Aquarius on the seventh house, soon within the next 6 months, Saturn should be moving on to Aquarius, and then Pluto's going to be in Capricorn for a while longer. They are really slow moving planets, so those are going to be going into your seventh house. So just look now, like if you see these are here in the sixth house of Sagittarius, soon these are going to be moving through your chart to your seventh house, and this is your relationship axis of your chart. So you may be feeling some things now because Pluto and Saturn are changes. They don't just change. It's not just well, Pluto can be kind of sudden. It could be things that surprise you, but these are things that's been in the works. Not even Pluto is all the time sudden. It's things that's been in the work from past habits, from things that have happened in life that have built up over time. And with these here, you may start to notice you guys are having some upheavals in your relationship. And I believe in your reading, I did see a lot of like relationship and partnership troubles. So they can even deal with open enemies, just people you have contracts with, people you have agreements with. It doesn't just have to be love relationships. It could be family relationships, work relationships, because you have relationships with everybody in your life. It's not just your partners and your love relationships. So you guys may be noticing, Saturn's trying to get rid of what's not going to do you any good, what doesn't provide a stable foundation for you. Saturn's trying to help you with that, and Pluto's going to totally transform those relationships in some way or another. So you may be feeling, even though it's in your sixth house and you're going through this right now with work and your health, you may be feeling that coming towards your relationships in your seventh house. So just be aware of that. And also be aware up here in your eighth house, just be aware of any debts, anything you owe people. Maybe you're going through some confusion or some misunderstanding with in-laws. It could be that time, that kind of thing too. You guys could not be getting along with in-laws up here with Pisces on your eighth house, Neptune on your eighth house. Maybe somebody owes you something, or maybe you feel like you owed something and you can't quite get that clear. Maybe you guys went through a divorce or something like that, or maybe if you're splitting up partnerships, there's no boundaries between how to do this split amicably. So you guys could be going through a difficult relationship split and things of that nature, or splitting from finances or time or resources in some way or another. Or that could be due to taxes, bills, something with your in-laws, things like that with Pisces up there in the eighth house. And other than that, we have Uranus and Taurus. That's really the last thing I'm going to talk about. Well, I'll talk about that North Node up in your 12th house in Cancer. I think you guys are trying to find your way. I think Leo is usually pretty sure of themselves, pretty confident, pretty steady. But you may be going through a time where you're questioning yourself and you're trying to deal with some of your inner demons and your inner battles. And just show who you really are with that North Node up in that 12th house. That could be a difficult place to try to come into your own and leave those South Node things behind. But that's something you're going to be working on for some time. The North Node has been in Cancer for a while. I remember when it was in Leo. I am a Leo North Node. So, and then right after that, I'm a Cancer sun and a Cancer rising. So I've been really feeling the things that the North Node has been bringing, trying to bring you more into your own. So Leo, whatever that means for you, and like I said, whatever is going on, I know it can't be necessarily easy with it over here in your 12th house, which is the secret house, the house of institutions, illnesses, dreams. Just there's also a faith and a spirituality there. So Leo, you may have found yourself becoming very religious over the last few years. really getting into religion and faith and spirituality more. So you may find yourself a more spiritual person as you head towards your North Node and your destiny, Leo. And then, like I talked about, Uranus and Taurus. So that Uranus and Taurus is going to be squaring whatever you have in Leo, so squaring your sun. So like I said, I feel like um, you guys are going through just a lot of changes, really. And it's really the bottom line and what it's about. Just a lot of changes. Uranus, it's in your 10th house. So I mentioned, and I believe I talked about this in the reading. Here's the Uranus up here in the 10th house. As you can see, it's going to square your sun that you have down. It's showing the sun is in Virgo right now because this is a transit chart. This is not, I don't know everybody's natal chart to pull up your chart, and I don't know all you guys' birth time to see your sign. So we're really just talking about Leo ascendant right now. So those of you who have your sun in Leo, we have Uranus in a fixed sign of Taurus, you're a fixed sign of Leo, and there's a lot of changes just trying to happen. And although Leo, you go with the flow, you go with changes, you're not caught up on changes like a Cancer sign or anything. It could be difficult when it comes to yourself, your will, your drive, your direction, what direction you want to go in when it comes to this Uranus. But it's positive changes, but it could be a little difficult for you. And Uranus is the ruler of your opposite sign, Aquarius. It is the modern day ruler of Aquarius. And so it just can be a little difficult for you to get with that sort of energy because you're fixed, you're reliable, but you're going to find better ways and new ways to do things as we get through September and the end of the year. And it's really going to benefit you. And because this is training what's going on in the earth sign. So it's trying to tell you, hey, when it comes to your money, your career, where you stand, your health, your work, this is all going to benefit you. You just got to find a different way to do things and a better way to do things. And we know you're confident. We know you got a lot of confidence in yourself, but do you really love yourself, Leo? You may be asking yourself those questions as you reflect on just you, your outer world, what you provide to others, what you're going through with your relationships, your kids, things of that nature. And next up is going to be your family and your love relationships, because you guys are going to have that Saturn moving through. I believe Saturn is going to go into Aquarius either at the very end of this year, so December, or in the beginning of next year. So I want to say sometime between late 2019 or early December. Early 2020 is Saturn is definitely moving into Aquarius, I believe, in 2020. So, just be on the lookout for that. I currently have Capricorn on my 7th house, and Capricorn and Pluto are currently there. So trust me, I know what I'm talking about. And I wondered, did I put this? One second. I usually put this in whole signs. Yeah, I did. So I know what I'm talking about because I'm going through that transit right now. So I'm just trying to warn you guys to be aware. You just sign right after Cancer. So you guys, a lot of this stuff is coming up as it moves through the zodiac. So I wish you guys the best. Stay tuned for the tarot reading. Those are just some energies that you're liable to feel in September. And give me a thumbs up, like this video, comment below so my videos can circulate across the YouTube world. And come back and check what I got going on. You guys, if you want a free reading, not a free reading, but if you want a reading, if you want to talk to me personally, you can go to my website, earthskystar.com, and hit me up. You can book a reading, pay your deposit. You can get your crystals, your incense, your sage, everything that you guys need for your grounding and your spirituality, and just keeping up with this hectic crazy world. If there are any people in Florida or on the islands, Bahamas, that's going through these storms right now, what's the storm right now? Isn't it like a O something? I forgot what this storm called that's coming through, but it seems like the last few years we can't just catch a break with these storms. So if you're going through anything like that, I wish you guys stay safe and all of that good stuff. And again, stick around for your tarot reading. This is Frequency Real Radio. I'm Madam X, and I'm gone. See ya. Stay tuned. Leo. What's happening? Well, excuse me. I was a little parched. Well, I'm doing this over the Labor Day weekend. So if you guys celebrate that holiday, I hope that you had a good Labor Day. Not that I celebrated it particularly, but a day off is a day off. And even though, do we really even take days off? Anyways, the astrology should be in the beginning of this video. Hey guys, but right now, this is Virgo season. Everything's Virgo. There's a lot of energy in Virgo that's training at Uranus and Taurus. So you guys, this should be just a month of getting your shit together, handling all your business, crossing your T's and dotting your I's. And you may find yourself pretty busy in the month of Virgo. So you guys may, and happy birthday to all of the Virgos out there, even though this is the Leo video. So I'm going to use the Rider-Waite deck, and if I need some, and I don't know really which decks I'm going to use. I have a few decks here. I'll just use them as I see fit to use them. I think I'll use the Romance deck for you, Leo, to see what's going there, and I think I'm going to use this deck here. So we'll see. And guys, I bought this deck from Starbucks just because it was a card deck, whether I used it for read tarot cards, playing cards, whatever the case may be. And the deck is so beautiful. Like when you open a deck as a tarot reader, I have decks that sit around that I never use. I have some decks that I use over and over and over again because some decks are my favorite decks. You just gravitate to whatever you feel that you like the best. So whether that be the pictures on a deck or the colors, certain decks gravitate towards me, and I feel certain decks more than I feel others. And those are the decks I tend to use over and over and over again. And I had to use this Starbucks ones for my tarot because I love the colors on these. These would be like a waste to use as playing cards. They're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cards. So if I need to clarify, I'll clarify with those. They need to make this in a full deck because if you can see these aren't full-size cards. So this is like a full-size deck. So it's like half of a full-size deck. And they need to make a full-size deck in those. So Leo, what I already feel before we go into your reading, because we'll hop right into it, is you're trying to clean up some sort of clutter. Either you're trying to clean up some sort of clutter. Leo, you may have like a big, and this could be for Leo suns, moons, rising, or wherever you have heavy Leo planets in your chart. So stelliums and Leos, and just where heavy energy in Leo is in your chart, this Leo reading may resonate for you. So that's for the cross watchers as well, who are either watching for somebody that's Leo or they have Leo as a strong placement in their chart. You guys may be cutting off something. I don't know why I'm getting this thing with water. I guess a lot of people are emotional nowadays. I had a thing with water with Virgo not too long ago, and now I'm seeing this thing with water with Leo. So either overly emotional, I'm just having some problems involving water, crying, tears, emotional, or something like that. Leos, you may have been through some upheaval. You may be trying to cut off or clean up and make yourself clear through communication to someone else. And they may not really be hearing you. They may not be getting the picture. So that might be going on with some of you guys out there. So now let's see. Ooh, and that's so you guys could have had a big fight or a big argument with somebody that pissed you off. You guys could be dealing with another Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. It's some heavy fire energy in here, heavy Leo, Sagittarius energy in the spread. Also, you could have been dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius who broke your heart, stabbed you in the back. You guys could be having back issues, some sort of surgery, some injuries going on, Leo, as well, because this is the first house. This is the card I dealt for the first house. This is Ten of Swords. So maybe you guys are having some sort of pain. If you're having some sort of pain, you want to get that checked out by the doctor, and you're just upside down. You don't know what to do. You aren't able. You might be having problems sitting up, having issues and things like that. So this may be very well be something physical, or something that has to do with something that happened in your home. Maybe somebody stabbed you in the back. Leo, you just feel out of place in your home and you're trying to decide which way to go in your relationships. What should you do? but you have your mind on what action you want to take. Some of you could be thinking about leaving a home, leaving a relationship, and going back to something from your past. From your past. So you guys could be leaving a job or going to another job. Or you guys could be thinking about going back to something you used to do a long time ago. So you guys may be going to stay with a brother, a sister, mother, father, something like that. Or this may have something to do with your children as well. It could have something to do with your children, because you see how that looks like kids on a card. So maybe it has something to do with your children and your job. Something of that nature, Leo. And let me just get a little bit more clarity on this, and then we'll get some guidance for going forward. A second, let me just look at these clarifiers. And it's funny because when I'm using this deck, like I pulled a couple cards for myself with this deck, the Starbucks deck, and I was getting all face cards. Like it didn't matter how much I shuffled, no matter what I did, I was getting all court cards, all face cards that came out. And now that I'm dealing for you, I'm getting all number cards. So it's just really funny how cards and how energy works sometimes. So let me just see what's going on, you guys. Give me a second. So something to go on with being independent. You may have been in a relationship, Leo, and you're coming out of a relationship because you feel like somebody stabbed you in your back. Maybe somebody did something behind your back, or maybe somebody really did something to hurt you, and you keep having memories of this. And you may have now going from being in a relationship to being a single woman or being a single man. That could be the situation. This could be something having to do with money. Leos out there, you could have possibly even lost a job. That's possible, Leos. And you could be trying to get over that. But I have a feeling you fell out with a love partner. This just looks like a falling out with a love partner to me. That's the King of Wands in reverse, which could represent your energy or the person that you're dealing with. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. You guys may be dealing with another fire sign, or someone in your life that's a fire sign. Most likely an older gentleman, a male in your life. It could even be your father. You could be having issues with your father. You could have lost one of your parents or something like that. If that happened, I'm sorry to hear that, Leo. Or somebody just could have gotten in an injury and it's got you kind of heartbroken. So whether that's with the relationship, and it could have to do with your independence. You maybe somebody taking some money from you, stealing some money from you, you having to kick out some unexpected money, something that you got to do on your own, Leo, that's been very, very painful having to do it, something that you've been going through, and it's something that sort of kind of, breaks your heart to an extent. Or maybe you guys are breaking somebody else's heart. Just not seeing eye to eye. You're not balanced when it comes to this person, this relationship. And this could just even be your body's out of balance, out of whack. Maybe you guys just gave birth or something like that. But something's going on physically as well as emotionally with you Leos out here, because you have a lot of cut cards on the table as well. So just feeling like you're looking at something at the past, like you lost something. Something has happened, Leo, and it's causing you to have to move on and think out your next move and map out your next move and make moves. So whatever it is, it's like, Leos, you got to make moves to move forward, but you're still stuck in the past. And you could even be going back to something in the past, like going back to being single, going back to living with a friend, family member, relative, brother, sister, going back to an old relationship, going back to something, talking to somebody that you just used to deal with before, because you're leaving the current situation that you're in. That's really what I see for you Leos out there. So that's pretty specific, and that looks like people that's in relationships. And if you're somebody out there that you're not dealing with anybody and you're not in a relationship, you just have to move on from the past, because you've been with somebody, you went through a heartache situation, you went through a situation where somebody stabbed you in the back, caused a lot of pain, but you're now independent and you're able to thrive and make it, by yourself. But you're still heartbroken over this relationship that's going on, either in current time or past tense, a relationship that you just left, but you can't make the moves. You keep looking at what you don't have, what you lost. You keep being stuck on stupid, stuck on this person. And I'm not calling you stupid, Leo. It's just times where we can really be stuck on stupid, or you've been trying to make an effort, you've been trying to move forward, but somebody keeps looking at the past. Something is just, it's a lot of talking going on, a lot of contemplation and talking about your feelings and stuff like that, but nothing's really happening, nothing's moving, because somebody's, the point of it all is to move away and to move towards something new, not necessarily going towards the past. But you may be reminiscing in the past, stuck in the past, having memories from the past. You hooked up with somebody from the past, or somebody who hurt you like this in the past is coming back around, and all of a sudden they want to communicate and they want to talk, but you just can't seem to get on that same page. There's just a level of being out of balance and hurt and just really being disappointed about something to the point where it's not going to be able to be mended. You're just going to have to walk away from it, Leo. And that's what it looks like to me. So with Leos, this could, again, like I said, it could be something physical too. Like maybe you or somebody, literally had some sort of back pain operation. You could have lost somebody, something like that. And it has to do with money. It could have been keeping a person out of work or something like that. You may feel like you don't have anybody to depend on, you know. And if you Leos out there, your parents may be a source of, or your kids may be a source of happiness for you right now if you're going through things physically, or you're going through things in a relationship. Or maybe somebody walked away and they're not helping you with the kids, and it's all on you, Leo. So something there too could be something with the children and the kids going on, like I stated. And then let's just get a little bit of guidance from the oracle, just to help the Leos out. We just passed your birthday. Happy belated birthday, Leos, and we're getting into the fall. It's always nice when fall comes around. Yeah, we got the Four of Swords, the Eight of Swords. And I could just keep dealing cards. I don't know when I'm going to stop. Okay, Four of Swords, Eight of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, and the Prince of Wands. Yeah, and I was thinking about this when I was looking at the Page of Wands. What I was thinking about was the Prince of Wands, that you were going to eventually move in. Because I think of the cards that come before or after, just to see what phase you may be at, what actions you may be taking. And I was thinking eventually you're going to move into that Prince of Wands situation where you're going to be able to move forward, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to finally move, because you may be really thinking about the move, talking it out, trying to make plans and communication. So even possibly that you can make a move, some sort of action that you want to take, and it's going to happen for you, and things are going to move forward. It's just going to take a little time and for you to make your plans, and you may have to resort on something from the past or rely on somebody from the past. And this Prince of Wands says immediate action, a challenge you can successfully manage, a passionate relationship. So you guys may be wanting to move more towards a passionate relationship, or you may be finding yourself going back and having encounters with somebody that you felt, was very, very passionate. But see, that was the last card that I picked out of this spread. I picked these three first. So that's going to come in time. Maybe towards the end of September, you're going to have some movement. But right now, it's about thought and it's about balance, because you feel trapped in whatever situation you're in. You feel so trapped that you can't move because you got the Four of Winter. Set aside your concerns for now. You can make a decision later. Solutions that come from meditation, the need for more sleep or vacation. So you guys may be missing sleep. You may not be able to sleep because of some physical ailment that you're going through. So that could be another thing. You guys could be having insomnia, and you could be having thoughts or bad dreams that's keeping you up all night. So you guys just need to get some rest, and you need to relax your mind and stop worrying about the situation so much, because it's going to work itself out one way or another. But you really do feel trapped, and it's a strong mental trapping, because all of the trap cards and the hurt cards I have are the air cards. So you guys really may have been dealing with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. I'm getting both of those energies very strong, and hurt emotions with the cup cards that I do have. And the Eight of Winter says you have what it takes if only you believe in yourself. Thinking that you're powerless when you're not. A lack of self-confidence that keeps you from getting what you want. So Leo, you may feel like you just keep coming up short. And you definitely have, we know our Leos are all about confidence, but there's something that's been lacking lately. You've been going through the situation and it's been robbing you of your self confidence. And you don't want to let a person rob you of that either, because misery loves company, Leo. And the Eight of Autumn says, do more research before proceeding, education in the form of seminars, going back to school or apprenticeships, excellent craftsmanship, and long-term projects. So that could be something you're embarking on with your kids. That could be the job that we're talking about, a possible job. Maybe you're going back to something that you used to be passionate about. That could be it too. So Leos, you guys out there, you could really maybe you really need a hobby. Maybe you guys are thinking about going back to something you used to do because it calms you down, it's helping you move forward. Maybe you're being social. Maybe you ran into some old friends, or you're reaching out to old friends and people that you used to be social with, because you really need that at this time in your life. And no matter what it is, Leo, I wish you the best. And I think that good things are good. I'm not going to pull on romance cards because I did do clarifiers just to make the situation a little bit more clear. And I think it's pretty clear that a lot of this, my dog is barking for like no reason. She's upstairs. I don't know if she wants me to come upstairs or what she wants to do. But anyway, just in case you hear the dog barking in the background. I don't know and I just lost my train of thought. But Leo, there may be something that you want to do that you haven't done in a long time. And because you're going through this, like I said, I think things will be okay. I think it's a rough patch. And I think if anybody can handle it, you can handle it, Leo. You just want to hang tight and hold on to your confidence. You don't want to let anybody take that from you, because they'll be able to keep you right in that particular space, in that spot that you're in. But I feel like you're trying to clear things off. You're trying to move forward. And rewind it back, I believe before I even dealt the cards, because of the message I was getting, I said you guys may be wanting to move forward. You may want to cut things off. And then I forget about that message and jump into the readings, and I get some of the same things. But there's a heavy energy of just feeling emotionally attached, trapped in the past over what has happened, maybe devastated. You're single now, can't believe you're single now. You could be devastated you're single now. Like, that may have been come out of the blue and been such devastation you can't even believe it. And all of a sudden you find yourself not in this partnership, and you would have never thought, like, you just didn't plan for things to go this way. Or after it's all over and you think back, you may have seen where you went wrong and why things happened, and it makes you think back to your past and some things that you've been through and things you may have walked away from that you didn't, give a lot of thought to. So Leo, that's what I have for you for September. Again, I wish you guys the best. I hope the astrology in the beginning helps. And guys, give me a thumbs up so my video can circulate, and comment down below, because I'm always down to talk about whatever you guys want to chat about or comment about, or whatever you have to say about the video. If you want a personal reading, reach out to me. Go to earthskystar.com and check me out there. You can book a reading or you can get in contact with me. And yeah, I think that's about it. Frequency Row Radio, Madam X, and I'm gone.